Go back. Ms. Pugh, don't speak over me. Ms. Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful. Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand. Okay. What's the announcement?
Judge, it's my understanding that Ms. Pugh and her family has retained an attorney on this matter. You may, I don't know if you remember, Judge, this is when I was originally appointed on, and we were on the trial docket. She hired a new attorney at that point. Mr. Norwood was on the case for a while and then withdrew. And once recently, when the case came back to me, I visited with her and was told that they did retain another attorney. I was given the name of Christopher Wiley this morning, but I have not heard from him. And my understanding is that at this point still hasn't filed anything with the court.
Okay.
But I've been told that that's who's supposed to be taking over the case.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in State Bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right. So, Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest.
So if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself? Or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you? Or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel to effective defense.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
So here's the thing, Ms. Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Ms. Pugh, don't speak over me.
Respectfully, Your Honor, for my incarceration.
Ms. Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why is because you have a lawyer and your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
What we just witnessed is yet another textbook example of what happens when online pseudo-legal scripts meet the cold, hard reality of a real courtroom. Janetta Pugh walked before the judge fully armed with a typical sovereign citizen vocabulary. From the very first sentence, she tried to distance herself from her own criminal identity, claiming she wasn't the defendant, but merely the beneficiary of the estate. When that failed to confuse the court, she moved to her next tactic, attempting to reject her court-appointed counsel. She argued that since the lawyer's primary duty is to the state, it creates an inherent conflict of interest. It's a classic argument sold in sovereign citizen internet packages, designed to bypass the system, but the judge wasn't buying a single word of it. As the hearing progressed, the defendant's desperation turned into pure disrespect. She continuously tried to shout over the judge, hiding behind the phrase, "respectfully, Your Honor," as if it were a magical shield that allowed her to break courtroom decorum. But this judge delivered a much-needed reality check, explaining that simply uttering the word respectfully does not give anyone a license to be blatantly disrespectful. Every single one of her frivolous objections, including her demands for immediate release based on a lack of a verified claim, was swiftly overruled. The judge made it clear that the indictment in his hand was all the verification needed to keep her in custody. Refusing to play into her circular arguments, the judge gave her a strict 2-week deadline to either accept her appointed counsel, hire a real licensed attorney, or prepare to handle her felony charges completely alone. With a final command, she was ordered out of the courtroom and sent right back to her jail cell. It's a satisfying outcome for anyone who believes in law, order, and personal accountability. But it leaves us with an interesting question to think about. Do you think a 2-week warning is enough to make this defendant drop the internet scripts, or will she double down on her sovereign citizen ideology during the next hearing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Courtroom Justice Reports for more explosive legal breakdowns. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next case.